literally, I'm shaking. Okay, so I was at the mall, right? And I was looking for shoes. And there's this guy, and he's like humming. He's like humming, like bouncing his head, like looking up and down at me. And I'm thinking he's going like, And fucking, oh my God. And I'm like, ew, off, like gross. Like I said it really loud too, just for some girl to look at me, and she goes, "That's my husband. He's deaf. He hums because he can't hear himself. He's not hitting on you." Oh my God.
This is just the entitlement of the modern woman, thinking that every man is hitting on them, right? Everything is about them. Every man is hitting on them. Every man is giving them attention, right? And when they don't get it, then they have to advertise, "Oh my God, look at this terrible situation where the guy wasn't hitting on me," right? But again, it's just virtue signaling. The girl is like showing off. Normally, I get so much attention. This is the exception. Ridiculous. Let's continue.
Hi, my name is Tiffany, and I am a former fetus.
God.
On behalf of all fetuses, I would just like to say, please abort us. We don't want to be here.
I'm not touching that.
It's really not fair how it takes a plastic bag approximately 20 to 100 years to break the down, but it only takes one minor inconvenience for me. This is some bullshit.
I love that she's an old lady. What red flag is that? That it's an old lady on TikTok. Oh my God. So even old ladies have the same attention-seeking needs, right, as younger women. That just goes to show that female nature is what it's always been. It's just this modern technology that we have amplifies female nature, right, and makes it widely distributed, right? All right, let's continue.
Hi, excuse me? We have equality. Shitty things happen to women and men. Hi, no we don't. Shitty things happen to everyone regardless of gender, but shitty things don't happen to men simply because they're men.
What? Yeah, don't happen. Bad things never happen to men. It's just a total patriarchy, and everything is about men, and men rule the world, and it's a man's world, and it's just an oppressive patriarchy where everything is against women. Yeah, totally. Let's not pay attention at all to the divorce courts, to child support and alimony. Let's not pay attention to who wins the child most of the time in divorce. Let's not pay attention to jail sentences. Let's not pay attention to violent crime. Let's not pay attention to suicide rates. Let's not pay attention to any of that. Nothing bad ever happens to men. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub and hit all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you'd like me to comment on a video compilation or a blog post, Reddit post, whatever, send it to theheliosblog@gmail.com. If you agree or disagree with my points, please use the comment section. That's what it's for. Let's continue.
I'm tired of being misgendered. Stop using sir and ma'am. And if you're going to use sir and ma'am, at least look at the person you're getting ready to say, "Can I help you?" before you say, "Can I help you, sir?" to a female.
She literally looks like a man. Oh man, if you want to be called ma'am, how about you dress with the social norms of what women are supposed to dress with so that you don't get misgendered, you see? Again, people are not that smart, the majority of them, right? They're just average. So if you're going to dress and look in a certain way, you can't assume that a person just looking at you will know using their heuristics, right? Because most people don't have this whole feminist, womanist brainwashing garbage in their brain to think, yes, gender is a social construct, so I shouldn't misgender people, so I should just use they, them for you. Be smart, and you will get the results you want. You see? Okay, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue.
Female.
Ridiculous.
Since we're on the topic of things I don't understand, when women give birth to like a baby or whatever, how come they don't have to take a DNA test, but the guys do?
Spike cannot make this shit up. Why do girls not have to take a DNA test? Oh my god. Okay. So this girl has not been taught any basic human biology. Oh man.
Like, it just seems kind of sexist to me.
Yeah. Free DNA test for women when they have children.
Unfair. The only guys have to take DNA tests
Oh my God.
when women give birth to babies. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And how did they know, like, she's the mom?
Oh man, how do you know it's the
Like the real mom, you know?
Oh my god.
So I've had this job for like a week and a half, right? And I made sure when they interviewed me that my sleeves were rolled up so you could see that I have tattoos to the wrist. And I've worn short sleeves to this job every day for the past almost 2 weeks. And I already worked the whole lunch shift, okay? And I left, changed, put on makeup, and came back so I could host tonight. Could they have talked to me about it before I left so that I would know what to change into? Maybe. But apparently, my tattoo of a woman is inherently explicit. And I said, what about a woman's body parts are explicit? They said they just are. Bullshit. If it were a topless man, this would not be a f***ing problem. No,
Oh my god. So not only does she get a tattoo, full sleeves, right? But she gets the most attention like imagine this girl works at a restaurant, right? Imagine that. You want little kids to be seeing naked pictures of women because that's what you decided to tattoo on yourself? It's, man, like there's a point, right, where it gets ridiculous, right? This is that point. How about you have the naked woman tattoo somewhere where you don't have to show it every second, right? Ridiculous.
I need to get a long sleeve shirt from somewhere. Because I need to cover up all of my tattoos. I'm so f***ing mad. So I guess I'll just do it for the money, right?
Oh my god.
I'm not sure if any other girls did not know this information because I did not know it for 23 years of my life. I did not grow up with men in the house, so I've just learned something about the male body.
Wait, she didn't grow up with men in the house? So she's a single daughter? Grew up to a single mother? Okay. Just goes to show. So again, guys, education, like if there is no father in the house, then there tend to not be boundaries. And so the women tend out, not just the women, but men too, they turn out worse in general. You need both a man and woman in the house. Okay, let's continue.
And I don't know what to do with this information.
I'm having a conversation with my boyfriend. And he says, yeah, like usually in a year, I'll only buy a 12-pack of toilet paper. And I'm like, that doesn't add up at all.
He tells me that, no, he like pees in the morning and then after his coffee at work, he will go take a dump at work. So therefore, he's not using really any toilet paper at home. And again, I'm like, that doesn't make sense because you're still going to the bathroom in the morning. The lucky.
Wait, what? Yeah, men don't need to use toilet paper for that. Okay.
He gave me was like, no, I don't need toilet paper in the morning. I'm like, yes, you do. Wait, what? So I've just learned that when men go pee, they don't, use toilet paper or anything. And probably makes me look real dumb right now, but I didn't know. I don't know what to do with this information now.
Okay.
Guys, I was laying down. I'm still laying down. And I just got a new piercing. And my earring is stuck to my pillow and I can't move my head. I tried to move my head and I think I feel my ear rip off my head. Guys, I literally can't move my head. I can't move my head at all. It's just stuck to my pillow. If I can't get off, I went to call the fire department. My phone's at 3% and I'm making a TikTok. Why am I gonna... Oh my gosh, I'm gonna call the fire department. Oh my gosh. This hurts so bad. I can literally feel blood trickling to my ear hole. I can't move. I'm fastened to my pillowcase because I'm really scared.
Okay, this must be satirical, guys. Like there ain't no way. And by the way, this is why you need a man in the house. To be honest, so it prevents you from being like hysterical like this, and also they could solve this problem fairly easily, right? Instead of like look at the difference between like a man's solution to this problem and a woman's solution. Oh, your ear is stuck to the pillow? Okay, cool. Is it really, really stuck? Okay, I'll get a scissor, I'll cut it out for you, like no big deal, right? But a girl she literally gets her phone and films a TikTok and considers calling the fire department to solve her problem for her. Instead of, do you see what I'm saying, guys? What is this? Must be satirical.
I swear to God, I've never been so terrified in my entire life. I can't get it. You're stuck. I can't get it.
It's really not a big deal. Okay, so your ear gets ripped a little bit. Ooh, big deal.
I'm gonna puke. Yeah, I'm gonna puke. Yeah, I'm so scared you're gonna throw up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Disaster. What a mess. What the? Oh my god. This is... Yo, shout out to the 21 convention. This one is hilarious. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have, I'm sure all of you have pumped gas before, so you know that it says do not stop the pump, right? The gas pump with anything, and don't leave the pump unattended, and this is why. Because the car is clearly, the gas tank has been filled up, right? And so the pump is still going, and the gas is shooting out. Now, this would not be an issue, but here's the problem. The problem is that this cable is connected to the gas. There's a huge tanker of gas underneath the cement. So if there's even a spark, it'll make a giant explosion. This is very dangerous. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Oh my god. It's even better. She falls over too. Oh man, I'm dying. Oh, that was hilarious. Okay. Oh.
Smoke shop to get a new lighter and some dabs or whatever, and the guy goes, "Didn't I just get you a lighter yesterday?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but it kind of lit my bed on fire, so I don't really want to use it anymore." And he goes, "Well, why didn't you bring it back?" And I said, "I don't know. I figured it was mostly just user error." And he goes, "Don't be silly. Take this one." And he gave me this like, well, I guess you can. Oh my god, I lit my car on.
This. Who made this compilation? It's just people lighting themselves on fire. Oh my god, it's amazing. So guys, I don't have to do anything for this one. It's just hilarious on its own. Oh man. So she goes. Oh man, she goes to the store, where you buy cigarettes and stuff, and she buys a lighter and she lights her own bed on fire with it, which is, by the way, why they say you don't smoke in bed, because you can literally light your house on fire by doing that. And she's like, "Oh no, this one is bad luck, so I'm gonna go buy a different lighter." And the guy gives her a different lighter and she lights her own car on fire. Oh man, room temperature IQ. That's all right. Let's continue. Oh my god, disaster.
Tell me how you know fast food workers deserve to get $15, if not a ton more. I'll go first.
Okay, so here's the reason why minimum wage exists, because these jobs require like literally no skills and not much intelligence, right? They're not specialized skills. Again, the law of supply and demand is what determines minimum wage. Now, if the minimum wage were increased, it doesn't really do anything, because if everybody's salary increases, then what happens is that becomes the new floor. And with this new floor, we get a new base price for all of the stuff, right? For all of vegetables, fruits, etc. At the grocery store and for gas and all of that. Because, again, it's the law of supply and demand. the cost of things is based on people's income. So if everybody's income increases, then the prices all increase as well. That's how it goes. And the reason why you're paid so shitty to be a fast food worker, and why you should have gotten an actual good degree, or done some kind of skilled trade or something, is because anyone can do the fast food job. So because anyone can do it, there is infinite supply for this job. Does that make sense? Whereas for a more skilled line of work, there is not infinite supply. You need a certain set of polished or specialized skills, and so the payment for those skills is higher than what it would be for unskilled labor, which is what it is to work at McDonald's, for example. Okay, let's continue.
So when I was 15, I had my first job working at Wendy's, the burger place. We had this limited time only mushroom burger thing.
Okay.
It was super gross to assemble, smelled funny. It was just not a good time for the employees. As the name implies, it is limited edition. We don't stock it after we're done that very limited run. So a dude comes in and wants to order it after that time period and gets super upset that we won't make it for him. When I tell you this man demanded his burger, he was full on screaming, banging on the counter, and acting a damn fool over a mushroom burger.
Okay, guys, so let me explain what the actual problem is here. The actual problem is that, well, I mean, this girl was 15 at the time, so there's not really any specialized skills you could have anyway. So, like, if she was older, I would just I would just recommend, not demand, but I would recommend that you just get the set of specialized skills you need to actually get a good job, right? Like, I mean, I don't even know why you need to be working at 15 anyway, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. Depends on the family situation. Anyway, let's continue.
Tell me why, at 15, my manager told me, go call the police, we need to escort this man out.
Yeah, okay. So, again, it's like this is the life of working unskilled labor where anybody can afford the thing. You're going to get clientele that comes from all over the place, and so you're going to get sketchy people once in a while. That's just a fact of life, right? By the normal distribution, we know that some people are going to be on the low end, right? That's how that works. If you want to avoid that kind of problem, you could get a specialized skill set that makes it so that you don't have to deal with just anyone, right? And if you don't have to deal with just anyone, then you'll probably be okay, right? So again, the problem here is that she's an unskilled laborer complaining about the job, and she's saying that they need to be paid more. No, you need to get a better job. All right, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue.
No nuance November, but it's women in sports.
There's no sound logic as to why women shouldn't be able to play in the MLB. It's a non-contact sport. One of the largest wage gaps that we have to this day in this country is sports.
Yeah, okay, so there's this wage gap garbage. So let me explain why the wage gap exists in sport, okay? So again, it's the law of supply and demand. So the way it works is sports players, right, professional athletes, they're actually not athletes. What they are is entertainers. They are paid to entertain. So what that means is that they are paid based on the number of butts they put in seats, the number of eyes they put on screens watching them, okay? So because in general men are much better at the sports than women, and it's because sports are just like at the high level are very hard to play perfectly optimally, and women just can't do it because of the difference in physical build between men and women, even professional athletes. As a result of men being better at the sport, more men watch men play the sport, and women too, than women do. And as a result of this, there's more eyeballs on the screen, there's more butts in seats watching the men. As a result of this, there's much more money coming in as a result of those men, and because of that, the men's salaries are higher. It's not because they're women that they're being discriminated. Well, it kind of is because they're women. It's because they're worse at the sport, right? They're worse at the sport because they're biologically worse at the sport because they're women. So again, if the women wanted to make as much money as the men, then they should need to be as good as the men at the sport. But because they can't be, I would say that they need to choose a different sport. So if a woman wants to be paid similar to a man in a sport, she should play tennis. In tennis, women get actually quite high salaries because tennis is very watchable, even women's tennis, right? But many sports are not watchable if women are playing it compared to men. It's just much, much worse. Much, much less exciting, much, much less interesting. And as a result, much less men and much less women watch watch women doing those sports. So it's not about, they're not being discriminated against because they're women. They're being discriminated against because they're bad. And if you want an example of this, look up the women's national hockey team. They got defeated by like 12, 13-year-olds playing hockey. For an example of why people prefer to watch men versus women playing sports. Okay, let's continue.
The average WNBA player makes $79,000, while their counterparts in the NBA make $7 million. Men that use the argument, well, there's softball or there's the WNBA, don't understand this wage gap and don't understand that in the off season, most of these major league players have to work a coaching job to support themselves. Men masculinizing women in sports makes women not want to play sports. Major rappers and celebrities who worship the NBA but don't keep that same energy for the WNBA only push the notion that women's sports are worse and are one of the major problems with sports. Women don't like watching the NFL because there's absolutely...
Okay. Again, no. We have made room for women in sports. That's why all of these female leagues exist. It's just they're not as watched as men because they're not as good. So because they're not as good, there is no... That's why people don't watch them. And I love how her shirt says loony and she has like green hair and lots of piercings. Like, it's red flags galore here. But anyway, let's continue. Okay.
I just got home from work and I walked in my backyard trying to let my fucking dog out. And you know what just happened? I got a fucking giant macaw just flew on my fucking back and it bit me twice. What the fuck do I do? What the...
Yeah, a bird landed on my back. What do I do? Just swat it away? How about that? Hilarious. All right. Let's go to our... normally I do a Reddit post, but I have an article here from FDS. It's called Backfooting, a disturbing new dating trend men don't want you to know about. So this is just... here, let's read it and you'll see what I'm talking about. You might have heard of negging and breadcrumbing, but have you heard of backfooting? It's a manipulation tactic where a man accuses a woman of something bad to put her on her back foot, causing her to behave defensively and in a way that's beneficial to him to prove she's not like that. While the term might be recent, the strategy itself is nothing new. In his new book, Bancroft describes a type of A-word whose possessiveness takes the form of jealousy, and he constantly accuses his partner of cheating even though he has no evidence. Okay, so here's the issue I have with stuff like this. It's not jealousy for a man to want his woman not to advertise herself to other men. That's not jealousy. That is biological male nature, right? Men are protective and possessive of the women in their lives, and the reason why is because men want to ensure their paternity. They want to ensure that their children are theirs, and this is a good method by which to do it, right? And mate guarding has been done ever since there have been humans. So it's ridiculous to say you're jealous, right, when it's just male nature, right? His accusations cause her to police her own behavior and avoid situations where he might accuse her of cheating, such as being alone without him. Yeah, this is actually good. It's actually one of the relationship rules. If you're going to be without me, then you should not be with mixed groups. You should not be going to clubs. You should not be going on vacations. You should not be, you see what I'm saying? The reason is to prevent cheating, to prevent the opportunity that other men might have to get the girl that is supposedly yours. The source of his jealousy is not because he actually believes his own accusations, A-worders usually don't, but because he's possessive of her and wishes to isolate her. Wishing to be possessive and isolate her is actually very important. And the reason, again, is because we want to prevent the problem. I want a girl who is just mine. I don't want a girl who's public property, because I want my children to be my own. You see what I'm saying? That is not a bad thing, although this article is making it look to be a bad thing. It's, in fact, a totally normal thing. And if you were to sample a group of 1,000 men, I would say more than 900 of those men would say what I'm saying. It's not because I'm jealous, cheating, controlling, etc. It's not because men are that way. It's because like, it's not because they're evil or, you know, whatever. It's because that is male nature. Backfooting is a strategy that's not only used by A-worders, but also by ordinary low-quality men as well. For example, a broke man might accuse a woman of being materialistic. In an effort to prove she's not materialistic, she offers to pay for him, lowers her expectations, and stops asking as much from him. So the implication, guys, in this article is that women should expect the absolute top from men. They should expect the absolute most money. They should be as gold-digging as possible, right? And it's bad for her not to be. That's the implication. A lazy man might accuse his partner of nagging or being too demanding, right? Because, again, in this article, the author is saying, you as a woman need to be maximally nagging, maximally demanding, because you can't let this bad behavior slide. You need to be in full control of your man. You understand what I'm saying? It's reversing the roles. The woman should be in power. The woman should be in control. The woman should dictate. And it would work if it did work, but if we can analyze relationships where the woman is in control, the woman is in power, what almost always happens invariably is the relationship explodes because the woman has no respect for the man, because women's nature is to want to be with a man who they can respect and submit to. So by teaching women to be this way, you're actually lowering their options, you're lowering the amount of men they can be with. You are weakening men. This occurs both, you're weakening women and making it so that their relationships are ruined in the future. This occurs on both an individual level between couples as well as on a societal level. In both the mainstream media and the manosphere, women are frequently portrayed in a negative light, a form of patriarchal propaganda that causes women to bend over backwards trying to prove they're not like other girls. Again, we don't live in a patriarchy, so there's no such thing as patriarchal propaganda. In fact, I would argue that this article itself is matriarchal propaganda that furthers the womanist movement and that furthers the modern 2022 religion called womanism. What's so wrong with being like other girls? Most women are awesome. There's nothing wrong with having expectations of your male partner. There's nothing wrong with having your own career and social life, no matter how much the low to negative value segment of the male population tries to convince you otherwise. So what she's saying is, be strong, be independent, have your own career, be a womanist, what's the word? Avatar, right? There's no point in trying to prove him wrong, trying to be a good female ambassador. You're not going to be able to change his mind about you or improve his overall low opinion of women. A man's opinion of women is not low if he wants a woman to himself. You see? This is what the article is trying to do. It's trying to conflate these things. It's trying to say that men who don't let women be in charge, men that don't love strong independent women, men that want women who aren't public property, those are low value men who have low opinions of women. No, these are normal men who don't want women that are the town bicycle. Backfooting is like quicksand. The more you struggle against the accusation, the deeper you sink in. Reject men's labels of you. If a man makes a baseless accusation against women in general, don't take it personally. Don't try to prove him wrong. Block and delete his number. Again, basically the main idea of FDS, right, is you need to be in control. You need to be in power. And if you're not, you need to delete and block, right? But the problem is that women being in power like this, what it actually does is makes them miserable, makes them spinsters who are alone with cats and boxed wine. Men don't want domineering, dominant, nagging, fighting women who are public property. And FDS encourages all of those things. So it's literally, it says it's the female dating strategy, but it's actually the female brainwashing movement, in my opinion. All right, I think we're going to end the episode there. By the way, it has lots of views. You see over 50,000. Like, again, it just goes to show that women agree with this stuff. So they're being brainwashed actively right now. Anyway, we're going to end the episode there. If you're new to the channel, liking the videos, please give me a sub, hit all for notifications. If you are listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you agree or disagree with my points, please leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy days to listen to me. That's wonderful, especially if you made it to the end of the video. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.